What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gerald from Bank of Gerald here with another video update. It is Wednesday, September the 28th, 2022, and today we're going to talk about automated capital on that Envi broker, all right? Before we get started talking about that, I want to remind everyone that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I am not your financial advisor. I am just a dude on YouTube showing you guys how I'm cranking out that crypto in many different platforms, nothing more and nothing less than that. Now, if you like this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to be updated and notified about everything going on here at BOJ, make sure that you hit the notification bell as well. We're going to go ahead and start in the Automated Capital Telegram group, and we're going to share what's been going on over the last few days. We haven't talked about it in a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and talk about it. We're going to back all the way up. Let's see. This is September the 27th. We're going to keep going to the 26th. All right, so we're going to look at where it started at the 26th. The 26th was Monday, so I think that's a great place to start. So on Monday, they mentioned to us on the daily report for that day that they did 1.62%. Now, for those of you that don't know, they are in a recovery period. As you can see in this graphic right here, this month they've done a negative 58%. And that was the biggest news recently, of course, with automated capital, because there was some world news that was going on, and it didn't seem that whatever was set in place to make sure that that kind of loss didn't happen, didn't allow it to stop it from happening. So there are some people that have decided to leave automated capital. There are many of us that have decided to stay. I've already made it clear that I am going to just be riding it out and see what's going to happen, because at the end of the day, I only put in what I was willing to lose. And I was also reminding in some other videos that I was watching that as long as you're keeping a pretty diverse portfolio, and it doesn't have to be just in stuff like this, it can be in many different things, but as long as you're following those two type of rules, if you're staying diversified and you're never putting in where you're not willing to lose, I think you put yourself in a good position to win, whether you have to learn a lesson like this or learn a lesson in another way. So let's go ahead and talk about the daily report. They did 1.62%. Of course, that was the start of the week, so it was 1.62 for the week, and then that negative 58.08% for the month, right? So then we move on. They give a pinned message, or they give another message around 5:11 that same day. And it says, give us time and we will fully recover and much more. We will make sure that this never happens again. For our current investors who have stayed with Automated Capital, we would like to thank you for staying and giving us a second chance. We're here to stay and still change the Forex industry. So I think that was a good note there. I mean, that's as best as you can, put it. You're grateful for the people that decide to stick around, but at the same time, you understand why people would decide to leave. And it's everyone's prerogative to do whatever they choose to do. So no extra added pressure or anything like that, but they have aspirations of fully recovering. And I think you have to have aspirations of fully recovering when you're doing something like this. You can't just tuck your tail and run away. So that's what we see from a lot of the hype stuff, right? There's never even an attempt, really is a false attempt. This is an attempt that you can actually track and see. So that's why I think it's an added benefit, and it's a different part of this journey that we're on. Of course, we started in the hype space, not even understanding and knowing that stuff like this was possible. So that's just a little side tidbit there from where I started about a year and a half ago. But anyway, let's get on to September the 27th. It says, good morning, AC community. 1% has been achieved today. Less than 1% drawdown. Daily report at 5 p.m. All right, that was around 10:17. So that was just saying, hey, we're off to a good start this morning. Let's see what the end of the day says. Of course, a reminder that they will never DM you first. They will never ask you for money, and we will never ask you for your personal information. I believe there was even a fake Telegram group that was created and added, and they were getting people over to other brokers. Please understand, if you stay inside the official Telegram group, you stay as diligent as you can on making sure you're minding your business and paying attention to the things that are going on and the things that you have your money in, you will see that this is the same narrative that they have been pushing for a while. All right. I don't mean to say push a narrative, but you know what I mean. This is something that they have been consistent in mentioning throughout my whole tenure here at Automated Capital for sure. All right. And then it says around 1:56 p.m. on the 27th, where they address these fake groups, where it says, attention Automated Capital investors. We have multiple fake groups and add people from here to scam group in hopes to take your money. This is one and only Automated Capital group. This is the one and only Automated Capital group. there is a simple fix to keep you safe from being added to these scam groups. Step 1, click the settings icon on your Telegram app in mobile. Step 2, privacy and security. Step 3, groups and channels. Step 4, who can add me, and then click my contacts. Stay safe, and let's enjoy these recovery gains and get back on top, all right? So if that's something that you need to do to make sure that you are feeling more secure about what's real and what's not in the Telegram space, which is a very valid concern if you ask me. It's always important to make sure, and I've been on there for a while, so I know how to kind of maneuver at this point, but there are a lot of people that try to take advantage of those of us that play in this space, which adds to the risk that is already there. So let's stay diligent, everyone, all right? So we move on to, I believe this is now the 27th of September. No, it's still the 27th, so they give the daily report. So this was at 4:56, which is early than they usually, but just by a few minutes, so, you know, it is what it is. So yesterday, they did 1.92%, all right? So now they're climbing. They're moving their way on up, all right? They've done a comparable week so far, as long as, you know, they don't have another losing day, right, or anything like that. They can do better this week than some of the other platforms that we've been in. And that's what we have seen from Automated Capital. To be honest with you, it was just 2 or 3 days that they really just tank. You know, the rest of the tenure here has been fantastic. We've been talking about gains this whole time. So one thing that I will always do, though, is talk about when things are up and when things are down, because that is just how the nature of this is, all right? So understanding all that, that's why we play the game. So 3.58% for the week. Pretty awesome start to the week. I have to say the bounce back period is going to take a while, all right? Having a negative 57.28% for a month at the end of the month, it's going to be hard to get that back for this month, all right, unless something miraculous happens. However, looking into the future, all right, and that's another thing as I make little sidebar comparisons to the hype space for those that listen to that kind of stuff. The fact that we can document a journey back from a loss, I think that that is an interesting experience, and it shows a resilience in this space. You know, there are going to be people that make the decision to take their money out, and that's perfectly fine. I advise people to make sure that you get your capital, all right? If at the very least, you should be getting your capital out, right? For me personally, because I'm a person that shares this opportunity and is talking about NVFX on many different levels, NVFX itself, my commissions from that have, you know, they've cleared and they've been nice, right? That being said, I don't feel the need to take the money out of my actual account. Let's just let it run, right? That's for me. Now, everyone's situation is not the same as mine, all right? I'm a person that shares their journey on YouTube, and those of you that share your journey on YouTube, you know what can happen because you're starting to experience it for yourself a little bit, all right? But anyway, let's keep on going. So new profits for the new trading day have been achieved. Let's make these gains, all right? So today is the 28th, all right? And they talked about around 5:51 a.m. that they have already hit 1% for the day. Slow and steady, bringing everything back, drawdown less than 1%. Let's make these gains, all right? So 5:51 a.m., I'm not up looking at the market, whatever, for those of you that are. I think that as we look at this, we have to continue to pay attention, all right? At 11:15, they had achieved 2% for the day. So off to a great start, all right? Now it's 1:41 p.m., and the daily report usually comes out at 5 p.m. So with them being off to a good start, got to clap it up for them. Off to a good start today, and we'll see where they close the day, all right? Today is Wednesday. Just speaking on a link sharer side of things here with the NVFX broker and AC and the different things that we're involved in, this will be the first week that we see what the referral commissions look like after a loss, right? After a huge loss in an account. I don't necessarily even still understand how it works, but all I know is that as you share different things on NVFX, and Automated Capital has been my main thing that I have been sharing my journey in, the commissions have been crazy. And quite honestly, we'll see this week if it's something that even in a loss in a PAMM account that is still sustainable, right? Is it something that I can say, hey, I've gotten to this level or whatever, I've got, you know, certain amount of trades going on under me, lot sizes and all these things that I personally don't understand. Is this something that I can count on here at BOJ every 2 weeks, right? Something that is an income for us every 2 weeks. And of course, there are many different PAMM accounts out here on NVFX. While we're here talking about NVFX, Andiva is one that is, you know, figuring out their pre-launch at this time. And we haven't decided to really talk about that one, but it's another one that will be here on NVFX that a lot of people will be looking into. Another one that we are involved in here and have experienced pretty much the total loss, but it's still alive and still working itself, so it could possibly come back, was the also tied to automated capital, that GU only. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll bring that news to you as it progresses. I think it's too early to talk about that, and everything in the NVFX back office for me looks red right now. So, you know, I don't even want to, for my own psychological purposes, go into that. I do look at it, but I can handle looking at it. Some people can't handle looking at it, so I'm not going to edge that on right now for anybody else that's watching this journey. Mind your business, though, all right? Make sure that if you've got money in this space, that you're paying attention to what's going on in the space, all right? It'll pay dividends even if you're just doing a little bit of paying attention, because you'll find yourself learning little small things as you continue to go. And the more small things you learn and the more you compound on those small things, the more that they become big, and you become someone that's knowledgeable in this space about what to look for, how to manage their own risk. It's a growing process, all right? And this is one that has been an exciting process, but it is one that is still going to take some learning for me. So just as I'm saying this to you guys, I'm speaking to myself, all right? With that being said, put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you and all your wallets, because crypto is indeed the wild, wild west. And if you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. Ask me how I know. It's not very fun at all. If you like this content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to be updated and notified about everything going on here at BOJ, make sure you hit that notification bell as well, all right? I will see y'all in the next one. This is Automated Capital on the NVFX broker. Please understand that they're two different things, y'all. They're just partnered together in their way. All right, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.